Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video we are going to solve a past paper question from percentages topic. So let us start with the question now. Kasim has some small jars, some medium jars and some large jars. He has a total of 400 jars. 3/8 of the 400 jars are empty. For the empty jars, number of small jars is to number of medium jars is equal to 3:4 and number of medium jars is to number of large jars is equal to 1:2. Work out the percentage of Kasim's jars that are empty small jars. So here we have been given that the total number of jars Kasim has is 400. Now the number of jars that are empty is given as 3/8 of the total number of jars. So here we are going to multiply 3/8 times 400. Now here 8 and 400 go in the table of 8. That is 8 1 times is 8 and 8 5 times is 40. So here we have a left out 0. So we are going to add it over here, which means 8 50 times gives us 400. Now we are going to multiply 3 with 50, giving us 150. So here we have written number of jars that are empty out of the total 400 are 150. Now once we have got this, let us focus on the second piece of information. That is for the empty jars, that is for 150 jars, there is a ratio given, that is number of small jars is to number of medium jars is given as 3:4. So let us consider the small jars as S and medium jars as M, and the medium jars is M, and the ratio of medium jars is to number of large jars is given as 1:2. So for large jars, let us consider L. So here we have written for the empty jars, S is to M, the ratio is given as 3:4, that is small jars is to medium jars, and the medium jars is to number of large jars, that is M is to L, is given as 1:2. Now here we can see that the medium jars is common in both the ratios, but here the value is given as 4 and here the value is given as 1. So to get the same values for these two ratios, we have multiplied this 1 with 4 and the same thing needs to be done with 2 as well. So we are going to multiply 2 also by 4. So here this ratio changes as 1 times 4 is 4 is 2, 2 times 4 is 8. So now we can write a common ratio, that is S is to M is to L, as for the small jars it is 3, for the medium jars it is 4 now, and for large jars it is 8. So S is to M is to L now becomes 3:4 is to 8. Now here in the question we have been asked to find out the percentage of Kasim's jars that are empty small jars. So here our focus is on the small jars and it takes 3 parts out of the total 15 jars, that is 3 plus 4 is 7 and 7 plus 8 is 15. So out of total 15 parts, the small jars is taking 3 parts. So here we are going to write total small jars that are empty. So 3 out of total 15 parts times the total number of jars that were empty, we had got it as 150. So here we have multiplied this fraction with 150. Now here 15 divides 150, that is 15 1 times is 15 and 15 10 times is 150, giving us 3 times 10 is 30. So out of total 150 empty jars, 30 jars were small. Now let us find out of the total 400 jars given, what is the percentage of these small empty jars. So for that we are going to write the percentage of jars that are empty small jars out of total 400 jars is 30 out of 400, and since we are going to find out the percentage, we are going to multiply this fraction with 100. Now here 100 1 times is 100 and 100 4 times is 400. So this simplifies as 30 times 1 in the numerator gives us 30 divided by 4. Now 30 and 4 go in the table of 2. That is 2 2 times is 4 and 2 15 times is 30. So here we get 15 over 2, or it is half of 15. So half of 15 is 7.5. So the percentage of jars that are empty as well as small jars out of the total 400 jars is 7.5%. So this is our answer. I hope you have understood all the steps and liked the video. And if you found this video useful, then check out this playlist where you'll find more examples of this kind. And if you're liking my videos, like, share and subscribe to my channel. And thank you for watching.